One, there is constant increase in population. And as we know, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So we need more people to collaborate with the laborers, with the clergy, the religious. Two, the progress in science and technology, in politics, etc., has immensely enlarged the lay apostolate. It is not possible to find a clergy in all these areas. The Catholic lay has a critical role to evangelize in such environments. For example, Catholic health workers have a critical role to play in cases like euthanasia, that is, the practice of ending the life of a patient to limit the patient's suffering, family planning, transgender, among others. Our Catholic faithful who are health workers are the only ones who very often encounter these situations. And they also have the experts and also the formation of the faith, or the formation in the faith, to enlighten their expertise, to enlighten their practices, to enlighten their work, to be able to determine what does God want me to do in this situation, what does my church teaches me to do in this situation. You don't find a clergy there. For the religious, yes, you find some brothers, some sisters as health workers, but very scarcely do you find the clergy. The increasing number of human problems which requires lay expertise. 4, certain areas of life that only the laity can possibly have access to. 5, in many regions where the clergy are very scarce or deprived of the freedom they need to function, the lay ministry becomes very urgent and relevant. There are places where even people have to disguise themselves as lay people throughout their formation for the priestly vocation. Because if you are detected that you want to be a priest, you will be thrown out or you will be arrested. So you can imagine those areas, nobody can stand out in public and say, I am a priest. So the work of the church in such places lies squarely on the laity. The manifest action of the Holy Spirit moving lay people today to deeper and deeper union with Christ. For example, the Catholic charismatic movement is championed by most lay people. A good number of the laity are actively involved in the ministry of marriage counseling, and elsewhere you have even lay people organizing and facilitating marriage encounters. These are areas that priests may not be able to function easily, but the lay people have access to these areas, have the experience and even the expertise. In the business world, for example, and then in the world of politics, as a cleric, you cannot take active role in politics. But as a lay Christian, a lay Catholic, you are strongly encouraged to play active role in politics and even to influence politics for the better. In the same way, in the business world, you may not get a cleric who would devote his time for all the intricacies of business. But lay people, you are there, you are in these areas. So you are the only one who can also champion evangelization in these areas. You bring your faith to bear in your work, in whatever you do there. Or talk about the traditional authorities, kings, chiefs, and elders in our traditional political system. You will not get a cleric who is a king, who is a chief, or perhaps even among the elders. But as Catholic faithful, some of our Catholic faithful are even the chief. They are the kings of our communities. And if they also want to rule according to their faith, for sure, they will be able to bring the Catholic faith to bear on people. The mandate of the laity. From the Second Vatican Council, the apparent focus of the Church has been on the laity, admitting them into equal rights and status with the clergy and making them co-workers in the vineyard of the Lord. Lumen Gentium states that the laity have the exalted duty of working for the ever greater spread of the divine plan of salvation to all people of every epoch, that is, every age, every era, every period.